The scar ran from just below my collarbone to the center of my chest, a jagged, silver line that shimmered faintly under certain light. It wasn't human. No doctor had ever been able to explain it. They tried, of course. Radiation burns, genetic mutation, unknown infection. All wrong, because I knew exactly where it came from. Her. I just didn't remember how. Not completely. Only flashes. Dreams that felt more real than waking life. A battlefield drenched in violet light. A towering figure with eyes like burning stars. A voice that spoke inside my mind, not in words, but in feeling. And then, pain. Blinding, tearing pain. And her hand pressed against my chest. That was when the scar was made. That was when everything changed. I was 27 when the dreams stopped being just dreams. It happened on a routine cargo run near the outer colonies. My ship, the Wanderer, was drifting through a quiet sector when the sensors went haywire. Energy spikes. Unidentified signatures. Then silence. Total silence. No stars. No signals. Just a vast, dark void where space itself seemed to hold its breath. And then I saw it. A fleet. Not human. Not anything we had cataloged. Massive, organic-looking ships, their surfaces pulsing like living creatures. They hung in the void like predators waiting for prey. At their center was something larger. A structure? A ship? No. A throne. And on it, her. Middle, the queen who forgot. They called her the sovereign of the silent dominion. To most of the galaxy, she was a myth. A nightmare whispered across dying civilizations. To me, she was something else. Something I couldn't name. I didn't run. I should have. Any sane human would have turned the ship around and fled at maximum speed. Instead, I flew straight toward them. Toward her. My ship was intercepted before I got close. Sleek alien vessels surrounded me, their surfaces shifting like liquid metal. They didn't fire. They didn't need to. My systems shut down one by one, as if reality itself had decided I was no longer in control. Then, darkness. When I woke, I was no longer on my ship. I was kneeling. Cold, smooth ground beneath me. The air tasted different. Not oxygen, but something richer, heavier. And before me, a vast chamber. Bioluminescent walls pulsing softly, casting shifting patterns of light. And at the far end, her throne. She sat upon it like a living goddess. Tall. Otherworldly. Beautiful in a way that felt almost dangerous to perceive. Her skin shimmered like liquid starlight, shifting between shades of violet and silver. Her eyes, those eyes, they were exactly as I remembered. And yet, empty. No recognition. No memory. Identify yourself. Her voice didn't echo. It resonated. Inside my mind. Inside my bones. I swallowed hard. My name is Elias Varn. No reaction. Nothing. You have trespassed into sovereign space, she continued. Your species is not permitted here. I know. Then why are you here? I hesitated. Because how do you tell someone something like this? How do you tell an AlienQueen, one feared across the galaxy, that she once changed your life in a way you can barely understand? I came, I said slowly, because of you. That got her attention. Just slightly. A flicker in her expression. A shift in the air. Explain. I stood, ignoring the silent threat radiating from the guards around me. And I showed her. I pulled back my shirt, revealing the scar. For a moment, nothing happened. She simply looked at it, studied it. Then, everything changed. The chamber grew colder. The lights dimmed. And her eyes widened. She stood.
Slowly.
gracefully. But there was tension now. Something beneath the surface. "Where did you get that?" she asked. And for the first time, her voice carried something close to emotion. I met her gaze. "You gave it to me." Silence.
Heavy.
Crushing silence. "That is not possible."
"I remember you," I said.
"Not everything. Just fragments. A battlefield.
A war."
You touched my chest, and then this appeared." I gestured to the scar. "You did something to me." Her expression hardened. "You are mistaken." "I don't think I am." The guard shifted. The air grew tense. And then, she descended from her throne. Each step she took seemed to ripple through reality itself. She stopped just a few feet away from me, close enough that I could see the faint patterns moving beneath her skin, close enough that I could feel something, a strange, familiar energy. "You claim I have met you before," she said. "Yes." She reached out,
Slowly.
hesitantly, as if unsure of what she might find. And then, her fingers touched my scar. The memory returns. The moment her skin made contact with mine, the world shattered. Not physically, mentally, emotionally. Reality fractured into 1,000 pieces, and I was pulled into something deeper, something older. I wasn't standing in the chamber anymore. I was somewhere else, somewhere familiar. A battlefield, burning skies, alien ships crashing into each other, energy weapons tearing through space like lightning, and her, not on a throne, not distant, not cold. She was fighting, moving faster than anything I had ever seen, her hands glowing with raw energy as she tore through enemies like a force of nature. But she wasn't alone. I was there, not as I am now, younger, wearing armor I didn't recognize, holding a weapon that felt both alien and familiar. We were fighting together. Elias. Her voice, not in my mind, out loud, urgent.
Alive.
"Get back," she shouted. I turned, too late. An explosion. Blinding light.
Pain.
I fell. Everything went silent. And then she was there, kneeling beside me, her hands trembling. No, stay with me," her voice broke, cracked with something I never thought I'd hear from her now, fear. "You're going to die," I whispered. "I won't let that happen."
Her hands moved to my chest.
"Right where the scar is now. This will bind you to me," she said. "It will save your life, but it will cost me something I may never recover." "Do it." She hesitated, just for a moment. Then, she pressed her hand against my chest.
Light. Heat.
Pain beyond anything I could comprehend. And then, darkness. Return to the present, I gasped as the vision shattered. The chamber rushed back into existence. The throne. The guards. Her. But she wasn't the same. She staggered back, her hand pulling away from my chest as if burned. Her eyes, they weren't empty anymore. They were filled with something vast. Something ancient. Something broken. "No," she whispered.
Tears.
Actual tears. Glowing, shimmering droplets falling from her eyes. I remember the guards froze. Confused. Uncertain. She looked at me like she was seeing me for the first time and the last. "You were supposed to die," she said softly. "I almost did. I saved you." "Yes." Her expression twisted.
Pain.
Regret. Something deeper. And in doing so, I erased myself. I frowned. "What?" She turned away, her voice distant now. "The energy I used to save you, it was not meant for your kind. It required a sacrifice." "What kind of sacrifice?" She looked back at me, and I already knew the answer. "My memories." Silence. "I gave up everything I was, she continued. Everything I knew. My past. My identity. She touched her chest. Even you. The weight of it hit me like a physical blow. You forgot me to save me. Yes. Ending. The choice that changes everything. The chamber remained silent. Even the guards didn't move, as if the entire world was waiting for what would come next. You shouldn't have come here, she said finally. I had to.
Why?
I took a breath, steadying myself. Because I couldn't forget you. Her eyes softened. Even when I didn't understand why, I continued. Even when all I had were fragments and dreams, I knew you mattered. She stepped closer again. Not as a queen this time. Not as a ruler. As someone who had once stood beside me in war. You crossed the galaxy for a memory. No, I said. For you. She reached out again. But this time, not to the scar. To my face. Her fingers brushed against my cheek. Gentle. Careful. You are different now, she said. So are you. A faint smile. Small but real. Yes, she said. I am. The moment lingered. Fragile. And then the alarm sounded. Harsh.
Loud.
Urgent. The guards snapped to attention. Energy flared across the chamber. Your Majesty, one of them said, enemy fleets have entered the sector. She turned sharply. What? Multiple signatures. They are advancing rapidly. I didn't need to ask who. There were only a few forces in the galaxy bold enough to challenge her. And none of them were friendly. She looked at me. Conflict in her eyes. You should leave, she said. I shook my head. Not happening. This is not your war. It was once. A pause. And it can be again. Something shifted in her expression. You would fight with me? She asked. I smiled. I think we've done it before. For a moment, she just stared at me. Then she smiled back. And in that moment I saw her. Not the queen. Not the ruler. The person I had fought beside. The one who had saved my life. Then stand with me, she said. And together, we turned to face the coming storm. The scar on my chest burned softly. Not with pain, but with something else. Connection. A reminder that some bonds, not even time, memory, or the vastness of space, can ever truly break.